All right. It is 7:30-ish on a Sunday evening. Want to say what's up, everybody. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with us as we talk Polk County basketball. This is Polk Hoops, and we got the All-State coach with us. What's going on with your coach?
Happy Sunday, Coach.
Hey, happy Sunday, man.
A lot to be
All-State.
thankful for.
Lot to be thankful for, man. That's a true statement. Sometimes we take that for granted, man, but definitely is a lot to be thankful for, man. So, PG, we not sure. PG may pop in, may not, but the show must go on. I'll say PG got some business that he attending to tonight. So, but just the same, we in here and we will keep going. So we just had our first week. I guess it wasn't a full week because everybody didn't play, but the season officially began, and I guess it's still football season at Lakeland and also at Lakeland Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basketball season in Lake Wells, heartbreaker. Um, it also went Vanguard, I think, tough one.
Yeah, it's tough when they have to go up there.
Man, how they always end up? That's always their role, coach. Out there, every now and then, people get different opponents, but it seems like that's always their role. Like they got to go through Vanguard or Color
Even,
Vanguard.
even when they won a state championship, you know what I'm saying? They was fortunate enough that year to have the number one seed, and Vanguard had to come to them.
That Vanguard, it's tough to play. It's tough to come out of there. That stuff that's a tough place to play. So, shout out to those guys for a great season, though. And I think Fort Meade won, right?
I don't know about for me. It's a good
They
question.
were they were the only one. They were the other one. So it was them four that was still playing. So now we know for sure Lakeland's still playing. We know for sure Lakeland Christian's still playing. So everybody else, it's officially basketball season. So, Coach, anything you got? I know you've had a busy week. I know you got a lot that you're mentally kind of dealing with. But anything you got in the corner, I always want to give you a chance to talk about it if you do.
Yes, sir. I got a question.
Uh-oh.
All right. My question is: are roles important on a team? Who defines those roles? Do you consider having a role a limitation?
Okay, that's a three-part question. All right, so the first one, are roles important on the team? I think that roles are very important on the team because everybody can't be the star. Everybody can't shoot the ball. Um, there's more to being a successful team than getting shots up. So I do think that the roles are important. The second part of the question was who defines the roles? In high school, I would say the coach defines the roles because the players, you'd have to be very mature, as we kind of talked about last week. You got to be very mature to kind of define your own role. And there's some guys that are able to do that, but most kids in high school, everybody want to be the star, right? Everybody want their name in lights and they want to get the shot. So I would say in high school it would be up to the coach to define the role. And the last question, what was the last question? And how do you accept the role? Did you say something like that about?
I'm saying, do you consider having a role like a limitation? Does it hold you in a box?
Uh, Unfortunately, in this day and age, I would say yes, because I don't want to, we so quick to put everything on social media, right? But I think in this case, for this question, I think social media has everybody feeling like they're a star, like you the man, or you the woman, that it relates to to the female, to the girl side of it. So I think the teams that go the furthest are able to finesse, finagle, mold the clay to get everybody to accept their role, not necessarily to like their role, but to accept their role. They get them, we talk about it all the time. It's about what's on the front of the jersey, not what's on the back. They get them to buy into what's on the front of the jersey. And so I think roles are very, and especially if you got a kind of, I guess, a talented team, if you got like a lot of alphas on the team, everybody can't be the alpha on the team. So I'm old school like that. Change that. See, I guess that's another key part to it. So once they set the roles, coach, is it daily? Is it game by game, week by week? Is your role once it's defined?
Coach, my take on this.
Great point, Jeremy Bell. Great point.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that year events. He was basically the tallest player on his team. Like defensively, he had to guard the 5 or whatever, but offensively, he was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they limited him in a box. He still was Vince. But my thing is, as far as coaches defining roles, I actually think the players define their roles in the off season by how much work they put in, what they do at like team camps and summer league and everything like that, because that's where you're gonna gain your trust and confidence from us. That's when you're gonna have a chance to display what your skill set is. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't proved that you're a shooter during that time, you can't come in the season and just start jacking up shots. Like you have to earn that, that role. You know what I'm saying? But you have an opportunity to prove that. And if you don't, then you have to, trust your coach and the role that he has for you on that particular team.
So you think it's player led? What
I
is
do.
what about in the case where in this Polk County, we have this a lot. The 2-sport kid that's not with you as much because they're playing another sport. Have they had enough time to adequately define their role if they hadn't been with you as much as that basketball kid that's with you 24/7?
In some cases, in most cases, I would say yes, they do. You know what I'm saying? Because if we take Scooter, for example, probably the best two sport kid that we have that's playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? He has defined his role at Lakeland. We know Scooter's the man at Lakeland. He's gonna make everything go at Lakeland. You know what I'm saying? He is a monster defensively. He's an emotional leader, and he's gonna give you everything that he got. I think he has defined his role. But in some cases, that is true. If I don't have enough time to evaluate you, then it's basically a guessing game. Then you're gonna have to prove with your play, while I do have you in order to define that role. But and that's the thing with a coach. Do you have that evaluative skill set to know what your kids' strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and how to put them in a position to be successful?
So that's another part to the question. So when you say evaluate as far as their role on your team, their limitations, what you need. Like you said, does that coach have the ability to even identify? Because we see it all the time, coach. You walk in the gym or you watching, you pull a game up online and you see a kid or you see guys playing stuff like, hold on now, what? Like how is he in that role or how is she in that role based off of the skill set, like you say. So then I guess that would go with that. Would philosophy tie into that too?
Yes.
Because nowadays, I think the more successful coaches are able to adapt their philosophy, or their coaching to the players or the team that they have, as opposed to saying, look, this is what we're going to run, and you're going to have to try to fit into what we're doing. So I think it's kind of that kind of goes into it too. What kind of coach do we have? Is it the old school? This is my way or the highway, or is it okay? I would like to have two traditional bigs. I run this. I run the 3 out, 2 in. But if I only got one big, I may have to go 4 out, 1 in. Or if I ain't got no big, I may have to go 5 out, no bigs. But are you gonna just make a 6 foot, 185 pound guy center when that might, I guess that would be another part to the question as far as how you define the roles. Do you have the ability, like you said, to even do that?
I think you can't be married to a system, but you can be married to your philosophy, if that makes sense. We had a college coach come into our gym and recruit one of our players, and I asked her, what it was a head coach too, D1 school up in Carolina, and I asked her, basically what kind of offense she ran, and she said it was like a motion flow offense. But coach, she is looking for positionless kids because a lot of times they end up in like a 5 out type motion. They're looking for skilled kids that not defined as a position. You know what I'm saying? And I think the game has evolved into that. If you look at the skill set of people now, like Wemby, coach, do you define Wemby as a big? Coach, he has a skill set, of a wing player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fantasy,
KD.
fantasy basketball, he's a center. I just know because he's on one of my fantasy teams.
For sure.
But his skill set, yeah, he does a lot more than just go down there on the block like Shaq. He's not a Shaq center.
No.
Yeah.
In that European game, coach, it's positionless. You gotta have a skill set. Ain't no traditional bigs coming out of Europe anymore. Even Jokic, coach, the Joker, he got a skill set, coach. He's just big because his stature, you know what I'm saying, his physique. You know what I'm saying? But he has a skill set, coach.
Yeah, he can dribble it, he can pass it, he can shoot it. So yeah, that's a good point.
So I think as a coach, you know what I'm saying, you can't be married to a system because I've ran this, for years and years and years. You have to be married to your philosophy. My philosophy is that when you see Coach Billy D teams, you know that they're going to play hard. You know that they're going to be tough defensively. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not married to a system where it probably changes with my personnel. Like 1 year we might be a diamond team. Next year we might be a run and jump team. You know what I'm saying? Like now in my career, I'm more willing to run zone if that's what it takes in order to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do it, but I had to put my pride to the side in order to do what's best for my team. So therefore, if I'm willing to do it, you have to be willing to do it as a player. You have to be willing to accept your role on this team to do what's best for the team. If that's being the defender on this team, or that's being the shooter of the score on this team, or that's being the vocal leader on this team, then that's what you need to do. Because Coach Pat Beverly in high school averaged like 36 a game in Chicago, coach. But Pat Beverly is not known for, scoring in the league. It's not like he can't score, but he did what he had to do to have a long career in the NBA.
So how do you manage that with the portal now? Because I don't like your philosophy. I don't want to run and jump. I don't want to diamond press. And across the street, they play zone. And across the street, they play half court man to man. They have across the street, they're not running 4, 5 out. So how does the portal change that now? Because I mean, we saw this might have been the most movement we've had in the county since
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was constant movement, like constant. Like That was the reason why the magazine came out a little later than normal because than planned because every time I'm hitting seeing coach, I get something another kid. I'm like, oh my god, like y'all killing me, like so. And I just find like, look, if anybody else move after this, then too bad, so sad. But that's why and to people that supported us, we appreciate y'all, the sponsors and everybody teams and whatnot. Y'all should get your packages, starting tomorrow Tuesday, whatnot. So, but they should have been there. But how does the portal? Because it's a real thing now. It's not, and it's not going nowhere unless some type of legislation happen, which I don't see that happening. So it's not
No,
going nowhere.
it's definitely not going anywhere. I will say this, as far as the portal and stuff goes, is that your program, your philosophy, your history has to speak for itself. It has to speak volumes. So therefore, like the kids that play for you, it's probably gonna be your biggest recruiters saying it like this, like, hey, I love coming in the gym and playing for Coach Billy D or Coach B or Coach Tuma or Coach Barnes. You know what I'm saying? And they just love coming to play. Because my thing is like, if you come play for me, 9 times out of 10, you going to the White House a lot. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't capture your team where they're running through the walls and stuff for you, then you're going to be up and down like a roller coaster, which are most programs here in the county. They can't sustain it. What we have done is sustainable. You know what I'm saying? What Terrence has done is sustainable. Every now and then he'll have a down year. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that now with Victory, Santa Fe, Coach B at Discovery. He's making the playoffs consistently. You know what I'm saying? So you can see Discovery trending up. Santa Fe Victory has been sustainable. You know what I'm saying? One of my biggest questions about Victory was life after LJ. And I think, they still are relevant. Coach Fitzgerald has done a great job over there. Like they have a really good thing going on over at Victory. So I think that speaks for itself, where you attract people to want to play for you, and the ones that don't, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You can go over there, and then you can be watching us when we're in the playoffs. Trying to play for a championship.
Buy a ticket, huh?
Yeah, coach, running from it won't save you.
Man, but hey, Coach, that's crazy. You mentioned Santa Fe. Santa Fe ain't really been around long, Coach. And for the work that Coach Blicker's done over there as far as putting people at the next level, I mean, Coach Blicker, you either love him or you hate him, right? It really ain't no in between in some cases. But if you look at just the body of work, as you talking about sustainability, like I posted something a little while ago, his 2021 team got 3 guys at the next level right now. He got one that just signed. He got one, that's starting over at Tampa. You got. I mean, he's getting guys to the next level, coach, and so that's
Coach,
like I said, that's sustainability.
From that picture, is 4 of them that's at the next level. Remember, the one kid left and went to Winter Haven. He's in that picture too. That's down at
the Matt kid.
Yeah.
Matt kid. Yeah. So, I mean, then that's the thing, because we swing back around. We top heavy right now, right? We top heavy in the district, and I saw a couple people in the chat asking about the top teams. We're gonna do our first ranking next week. We just kind of felt like we wanted to give everybody a chance to at least play. Last year we started doing rankings. Everybody hadn't played. There's a lot of conflict, commotion, how people getting ranked, and they ain't played the game yet. So we figured we'll just kind of slow ball a little bit this year. So our first team rankings, we kind of talked about it, but our first official team ranking we'll drop next week. We are gonna do a couple teams of the week here in a little bit, but and then they talked about North Tampa Christian Academy. Them people, I guess they're in the Wesley Chapel area.
Yeah,
that's it's a new program, and they're a Christian Academy, but they bringing in some
heavy hitters,
some heavy hitters. They ain't bringing in no Christian Academy type kids. Like that junior kid, they got that 6'10" kid. He like a nationally ranked kid. So whatever they selling, kids buying it. So and them kids, I know they gave it to Jenkins pretty well, but I venture to say they probably give it to a lot more people in Polk if they was to schedule them. You know, Coach Davis scheduled them. You know, and how you feel about that? If other people were scheduling them, it probably wouldn't be much different result. They pretty loaded. So, Coach, to your point, you said you a defensive coach, and that's what you kind of people know. That's what they're gonna get when they dealing with a coachability team. So, as a defensive coach, how do you feel early on about all this offense in the county? Because we got people putting up 80 points, 96, 106, 98, and this with running clocks. So is it depth to defense, or it's just offense has just risen to a whole new level? What is it? What's your take on it? Which one is
it? Coach, man, that's a lot to unpack. That's a lot to unpack. So I love the offensive explosions. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good for the game, is good for the kids, is good for the county. But at the same time, you're scoring this, but you can't be giving up. You're scoring 100, but you can't give up 90. You know what I'm saying? So it works twofold, especially the type of teams that you're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are fine with shootouts. That's just not me. I'm not trying to outscore people. You know what I'm saying? I just take pride in trying to shut people down. My thing is that defensively you don't have to be great, but you're gonna have to do something to throw people off their rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for the offensive explosions, but at the same time, when it comes down in that game where you need to get a stop, can you do it? You know what I'm saying? Who's on that team gonna take the accountability? Like, hey, I got such and such, and he's not finna get the ball, or he's not finna score, and that I'm gonna get this rebound. You know what I'm saying? So you can't allow things to go on all year, and then when it gets down to that one possession, expect your kids to do it.
Can you win state outscoring people?
Not in Polk County. Name one Polk County team that wasn't a great defensive team.
Is it because you know the thing that we hear all the time, Coach? Kids are more skilled nowadays. They weren't skilled back then. We just was tough and we played football on the basketball court. So is the reason why we don't have a team that has won state that can score the ball is because now the talent level is much higher as it relates to basketball than it just wasn't then. It's not that we couldn't do it. Not that we didn't do it. We couldn't do it. That's what some of the folks say. We couldn't score, so we had to guard and be physical. Now we can score.
But Coach, if you look at my team, because I'm not going to talk about nobody else, let's look at my team, right? And people still talk about how great defensively they were, right?
Right.
Because we averaged 75 points a game. So it's not like we didn't score, because we did. And we put up points against top teams in the nation. And we held top teams in the nation under their, average or whatever. So it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're great defensively doesn't mean that you don't score. Even with my girls right now, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We played the 3A state runner-up that's probably going to win the 3A state championship. And we still put up 70, and we didn't even play well. You know what I'm saying? We missed 30 layups. Like, you still can score, Coach, and be a great defensive team. So that's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I think some people, when it comes down to it, they just lazy. They don't get in practice and put the time in on the defensive end. And it takes time, coach. To be great defensively, you got to be great at communicating. You got to be great at position, and everybody got to be on one accord, and that takes time. It takes reps. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't allot that time in order to be great defensively. But that's just my opinion.
Is it easier to score than it is to defend? Is it easier to coach offense or defense?
What if you're not hitting that night? Then what you gonna do? Oh, we not hitting no jumpers. Oh well, I guess it just wasn't our night. Because you still got to find a way to win. You still got to find a way to win. You're not gonna come in every night and be hitting threes consistently. That's just not gonna happen. But you still got to find a way to win those type of games. That's why I say you can't be married to something. You got to be able to make adjustments as coaches. You know what I'm saying? We talked about roles as players. Let's talk about roles as coaches. What are your assistant coaches doing? Can y'all analyze information quickly and make an adjustment to get your team in a better position?
And that's the difference. Is that the difference between a district championship and a state championship?
I believe so.
I just look at these scores, coach, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like, 35 is still a running clock, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you up 35 at the half, let's just say at the half, you up 35. And then I guess that's the next thing. And it's just, no knock on no coach. If you're up 35, you won the game, right? The probability that the team is going to make this great comeback with a running clock is probably not high.
I've seen a lot of basketball. I've never seen it happen.
So if I'm up 35, am I still? And if my philosophy this year is I'm just pressing, like we full court pressure, we just throwing pressure at you regardless. If I'm throwing pressure at you with my 7 through 12 guys, I think that's a little different, and I could be wrong, but I think that's a little different than me throwing pressure at you with my 1 through 6 guys. And I ain't trying to step on no toes, and I might be, but to the point, the assistant coaches, is it their job like, all right, coach, that's enough. Or they right there kind of like, yeah, coach, keep them in there. Like, I mean,
coach, you gotta understand that this group of coaches and players, they come in from that Madden era, coach. They still trying to throw Hail Marys, you know what I'm saying, with 2 seconds left, even though they up, 21, 28. So it's not their fault, coach. They just come from that video game era where they just trying to put that pressure on somebody. My thing is, coach, you still got to keep the integrity of the game, right? You up 35. Like, it's no, after we get a running clock, for one, we're taking our kids out. We're going to let the other kids play. We're not pressing. We're going to pick up at half court. We're still going to work on our stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we're not going to press. You know what I'm saying? You still got to keep the integrity of the game, because one day that's going to be you. And believe me, them people going to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I remembered it. When, like I said, nobody want to talk about them first 3 years I was coaching, because them first 2 years we was a 500 team. The third year we kicked in the door and made the playoffs, took Bartow to the brink, which was a state championship team. But them next 2 years, coach, I remember everybody that beat the brakes off me. I remember all of them. And you think I wasn't trying to return the favor? Believe me, people remember every time, especially if they think you're doing it purposely. Coach, like Coach Simmons said, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
And the rabbit. I mean, I see Mason saying that you you got to get the in-game practice. If you're up 35, and this once again, it's just me. How much practice we need? I'm up 35. Like
That's what I'm saying.
all my stuff working, coach. If I'm up 35, all my stuff working, right? Against these people anyway.
Put
All
your
my
bench
stuff
in,
working.
coach. They can get that game experience by running your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Running what you do offensively, and just trying to get better defensively. Like it's still stuff that you can work on with your 6 through 10 guys. You know what I'm saying? But it's no way your starters should be in there. For one, you risking them getting hurt in a game that's meaningless. You know what I'm saying? Like ask the Bucks when they were losing to the Ravens, they lost Goodwin. You know what I'm saying? For the season over some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But you know what comes into play also, coach? That people be thinking about, like, hey, my kid is averaging 20 something a game. They only got 12 or 14. I need to keep him out there so he can get his average. So maybe, you know, he could be up for this award or keep his national average up. So, and whatever, coach, it's not worth it. If you lose that kid for the season, coach, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he want his average, he need to get his average while he's in there.
I get the developing your bench because you never know. That's why I say the 7 through 12 guys, okay, but 1 through 6, the 6th man is like a starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, some people say they first 8, but I'm saying 1 through 6 just for the sake of conversation. But I'm saying, okay, 7 through 12, you running your stuff. Even if you're out there pressing with 7 through 12, it's 7 through 12 because you never know. Like you said, it's next man up. So you don't want to. I don't know. I just that 1 through 6 guy. We up 40.
So I still think you respect the game, though. You respect the game. Pull your kids back. Like I think it was a team in California beat somebody 100-0. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping they wasn't pressing. You know, that whole entire time. You know what I'm saying? You still got to respect the game. It's like I said, you got to keep the integrity of the game.
And I saw this on the girls' side. I saw where Polk Hoops, Polk girls basketball posted where I won't say the name of the school, but one of the Polk County schools got beat like they scored like 3 points in one game, like 5 points in another game, like for the whole game. And the other team scored like 70, 80. So that was like 80-5 or 70-4 or something. I mean, what is we? I don't know. I just, like I say, I don't know. That one to me has always been baffling. But once again, I ain't trying to step on no toes. I ain't trying to comfort nobody. You know, probably get some inboxes out for even bringing it up. But I just, I'm just like, man, bro, you're up 35. Your stuff working. You won the game. Like, what is we? Well, I don't know. Let me be quiet. So last week, man, we had some teams that played. Like I say, everybody didn't play. So we had 4 teams that went 2-0 in the week. So we recognize them as teams of the week. Then I'm gonna ask you this. Once I say that, then ask your take on the teams of the week, right? Yeah, man. Like you know what it's going to be. You in the warm up, you already see what this is going to be, man. So if we both already know what it is, now I did see where it was a football game though. I just saw it on Instagram where the coach got beat pretty bad. I just read it. I can't even remember, but the coach said he wasn't mad at the other coach because he coaching his team. So the referees came to him at halftime asking if he want to go to 10-minute quarters the second half. He was like, no, we're going to play it the same way. We just got to play. It ain't our fault. I mean, it ain't his fault that, we can't stop him. Mm-hmm. So some coaches, like, they'll take that sausage, right? If you want the sausage, that's on you, but I don't know. Anyway, so we had 4 teams that went 2-0, man. Haines City, the new Haines City, as they say, on in East Polk County. It's different over there this year. They say they went 2-0. They beat Sebring, which is a good win, coach. They beat Sebring 61-51, and they beat McKill 68-53. So first, shout out to Haines City. Then we had Bartow start out 2-0. Bartow beat Mulberry. They won them 96ers. 96-27. They beat Mulberry. And Jenkins, they beat Jenkins 81-42. Discovery went 2-0. Discovery, playing with the clock, playing with all the buttons on the clock. They beat McKill 102-46, and they beat Tampa Bay Tech 89-41. And Avon Park, Avon Park went 2-0 in the week. They beat Excel 59-54 and McLaughlin 78-22. So, right now, when do we start to? And I know I'm stepping on toes. I'm gonna be getting emails and inboxes and everything else. But when do we start looking at strength of schedule?
Immediately. What are we talking about?
I mean, I see how you looking. I see how you leaning up and scratching your head. So I'm just for the scores, coach. And then that's the normal. Is that the normal question? Because then you got a team like Santa Fe that lost to Sarasota,
which probably gonna make the Final Four because when they lost by
1 point, so they 1-1. But does that 1-1 look different than some of these 2-0s? I mean
that team helps Santa Fe with strength of schedule, so it's gonna help their state rating. You know what I'm saying? Like Bartow's 2 wins, even though Bartow is actually pretty good, those 2 wins are not gonna help them. You know what I'm saying?
I just because in a couple of weeks, coach, what we gonna be saying?
Yeah, coach.
We're gonna be saying, man, they tripping on us in the rankings, and we got this, and when we post it, it's gonna be a lot of conversation. But do we create the conversation sometimes? Now, coaches, I know y'all gonna, like I say, we just gotta talk about it though. We can't talk about it. Who can, man? It's a healthy discussion. So
first of all, let me say this: like, hey, this is nothing personal. There's nothing personal against no coach, nothing personal against no kid, nothing personal against no program. We just up here having these conversations in order to maybe shed some light and insight in order to help you. All right. So we've seen the last couple of years teams winning 20-something games, coach, and not getting into the playoffs.
Not getting to the
So if strength of schedule important, it is immediately. I understand you trying to get your feet wet and you're playing such and such, it's basically like a warm-up game. You know what I'm saying? Like them D1s playing them LCS schools. I totally understand what you're trying to do, but in the end, is this going to help you when you start talking about district positioning? And in some cases, regional positioning, because that's going to matter, coach. It's going to matter if I got to get on that road and go to a hostile environment, or they have to get on the road and actually have to come to me. Like, coach, immediately from day one, you know what I'm saying? Ever since August, you think I haven't been looking at our region or the state overall? You know what I'm saying? Like, we just had to tell the shootout that we're coming up on Friday and Saturday. They try to put us against an independent school that's not part of Florida high school. We said no. That doesn't give us points. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what's necessary in order to put your team in the best position. And like I said, in some of those games probably shouldn't have been scheduled. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But, I get it. But in the end, it might be that 0.1, 0.2 points that you probably need that you should have played somebody that's going to put you on the roll in a hostile environment.
And the thing is, coach, like you say, you ain't got a lot of play, Mosses every night. But I just know we hear that we get the conversation, we get the texts and the emails and the calls about strength of schedule. And we said, I know you said, I know PG said, I know I said individually. We said on the show, we said on the page. Look, man, them people in Orange County, they got built-in strength of schedule just by playing each other. They're going to be in good shape. It don't matter. Period. That's just the reality, right? In some cases, Hillsborough County is starting to have a higher strength of schedule with just their. I mean, they got some bad teams, but they got some team. They got some good team. I don't know. All we try to do is provide the information. We provide the conversation, and get an insight because we hear it every year, and it happens every year. Like there's no year that it doesn't happen. So strength of schedule has been put into the equation.
And I think people get caught up saying like, "Hey, we had 20 wins. We had a 20-win season. You know what I'm saying? So that was a successful season. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can hang your hat on, that you can brag, to the rest of the county about. But in the end, how many quality wins has helped you with your regional position? Even if some of them hadn't even got in, coach. Some of them didn't even get in. You know what I'm saying? So how has that helped you? You won 20 games, but you don't get in the playoffs.
So unless, if your goal is 20 wins, okay. But if your goal is the playoffs, you're going to have to go get your chin, checked a little bit. You got to stub your toe a little bit.
All wins not created equal. So you can play the death in the blind, get you 20 wins. You're not going to be in our top 5. And I'm going to stand on that.
Yeah, there's going to be some, when we start doing it, we will be rewarding who you play.
Yeah, and we look at the state rating.
Yeah, not just your record.
We look at the state rating also. We take that in consideration.
Right. Like Coach Blicker made a good point. Lake Highland Pro, I mean, they're going to be ranked. Windermere going to be ranked just because they playing each other. Like, whether they get beat up or not, that's their strength. They're going to always be in the mix just in their county. And it's I don't know.
And Coach, you don't want to go over there and play. I'm just trying to tell you, when they get to the district and regional time, you don't want to be going over there. Yeah. Let's look at the history, the past few years. I don't think anybody in the playoffs or in the district have went to Orlando and won a game.
We don't go to Orlando and win.
Coach, it's that much harder. It's that much harder.
We can't go to Orange County and win.
We can, but it's that much harder, Coach.
But it don't happen, like you're saying. It don't happen. If you had to look at you broke down the stats, we'd be under 50%.
I think the only team that I can think of in the past 3 years that went to Orange County postseason, district, and regional playoffs, it might have been Arbondale. They went over there and got a win, I think, against Jones in the district. But I know Bartow lost last year. I think like region. Like even when Hendon went over there in the regional championship. Was it the regional championship they lost against Wakava?
Regional finals. You
know what I'm saying? It's tough to go over there and for us to get a win in the postseason.
PC Gridiron, it's a good question. Shout out to PC Gridiron doing his thing on the football side. It's a good question though. Why is it so hard to go over there and win, Coach? You've been at it for a minute. What's your take on why it's so hard for us to go over there and come out of there with a win?
I think for one is preparation, scheduling wise. You know what I'm saying? You have to get on the road and get in hostile environments in order to prepare your kids for those type of environments. You know what I'm saying? Like people criticize us. Even Coach McGriff, he blasted me the other day, like, man, why y'all don't have no home games? Like, well, Coach, first of all, don't nobody want to play us here. Second of all, we got to get our kids prepared to win a state championship. And we probably going to have to go into a hostile environment in order to do so. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you have to prepare your kids for that. If you know you're going to have to go over to Orlando and maybe get a win, well, maybe you need to schedule somebody over there or know somebody that has a great, in home environment and go and play those people. You know what I'm saying? It's like swimming, coach. When I can't swim, back in the day they used to just throw us out there in the water. But eventually, what I'm saying, I started getting the hang of it. But if you don't constantly test your kids, if they're not battle tested, coach, who knows how they respond when they actually meet some adversity? We don't know. We don't know how they're going to respond. So, as a coach, just do your part and just put your kids in a position to be successful. Then it's on the kids for them to go out there and play.
I like that, Coach Jones, Coach Elbow. That balance is the thing. Like, you ain't gotta line up like I say, no hell games every week, but you gotta have some hell games in there, right? You ain't gotta line up the deaf and the blind. You gotta have some deaf and the blind in there. Like you said, to work on your stuff, but but just not Kenny Cotton says, is there more talent in Orlando than Polk?
Basketball wise, overall, I would say yes.
Coach says yes. Mr. Cotton says yes. There is more talent.
Overall, talent wise, first of all, they got more people. You know what I'm saying? More schools. They have more basketball players. I think we have more multi-sport type of kids here. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't excuse the fact that we can't go over there and win and compete. You know what I'm saying? Like we have teams that are tough enough to go over there and compete. You know what I'm saying? But like when they come over here to the Mosaic, coach, like we actually pinch some of those people because we actually get some wins over those people, right?
Right.
But that doesn't happen all the time when we go over there. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When they come over here, you know what I'm saying, we can get them. But what happens when we go over there? It's not that same type of result.
Not the same type of result. Good point. Good point. Good point. All right. Well, that's good combo, man. So last week we had some people that played. So our first honor roll for the week. We're gonna name the players and kind of what they did last week, and then Coach, you're going to pick. And I'm gonna put you on the spot. You're gonna put our first Polk Hoops Player of the Week, sponsored by Fill in the Lane. So Fill in the Lane is partner, and they reached out. They want to sponsor the Player of the Week each week that we do. With shout out to Coach Miller and everybody, his organization, doing a great job for the kids. So we're gonna call it. We'll recognize all of the guys, and then it'll be one guy that'll get the Player of the Week, and then they will be rewarded by Coach Miller and some of the sponsors that he got for his organization. So great situation for the kids, and we're happy to be a part of that. So first we got 2028 James, and I say your name wrong, I apologize. James Rattery from Bartow had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals against Jenkins. 2028 Quentin Wilson kicked off his freshman year. Seems like he's been in school for like 2-3 years, coach. He's just a freshman. He had 36 points, 6 rebounds. He was 9 for 13 from the 3-point line against Vanguard, which is crazy. Also, his team, 2026 MJ McCollum, probably the most unknown kid that'll be known by the end of the year for victory this year. He had 35 points and 20 rebounds against Vanguard in that same game. 2025 from Haines City, the new Haines City.
Oh, coach.
Coach,
I didn't know about the other kid. Coach, 2 kids put up 71 points, coach.
Coach, Q had 36 and 6, and MJ had 35 and 20. Yes, sir.
2 kids put up 71 points.
2 kids put up 71 points, coach. Yes, sir.
Yeesh.
New era, same mission. That's the motto at victory this year, right? So 2025 from Haines City, Eddie Hippolyte. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry, sir. Had our first triple-double of the year. He had 20 points, 10 steals, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Against McKill. Tate Darner from Santa Fe, 2025, 31 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists against Kathleen. Same game, 2028, Ethan Knox had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists against Kathleen. Zion Williams, 2025, and Kathleen, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists against Santa Fe. Another freshman over at Davenport, Ja'Kai Hardy, 17 points, 3 steals, 2 assists. 2 assists against Tenorock. And Kenny Cotton from Bartow, 14 points, 11 rebounds, double-double against Jenkins. So out of all those young men, first of all, congrats to our first honor roll for the week, for the season. Like I say, we'll post it tomorrow. We'll post the team of the week also. But of those guys, sir, I mean, Coach Anglin is let's shout out real quick to Coach Anglin, man. Coach Anglin is not running from anybody. Yeah, Coach Cotton, your baby was Mr. Cotton. Your baby was working. He was working the other night. So yeah, good job. Yes, sir. Kenny Cotton. That's your the bloodline runs deep at the toe. So Vanguard scheduling some tough people, Coach. They getting hit across the head, but they scheduling people now.
Coach, they're not bad.
They ain't running from people.
I watched them play, Coach. They're not bad. They can hurt you.
Yeah, I like Randall and Barry. They got a nice little guard combo with them two guys. But of those 9, Coach, you got to pick one.
Oh man.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cotton. I remember I coached against you. So I know if your boy got half of what you got. I know he Coach McGriff happy to have him. Happy to have you again. So shout out to you. Shout out to your baby. I know he gonna do good things this year for him all year long. So want me to run them through again, Coach? Or
no, Coach, I'm down to 2.
Okay.
I'm down to 2.
Okay.
I'm down to the triple-double from Haines City and Q hitting 9 threes for victory.
Okay.
Which both of those are equally impressive.
Coach, did you get them stats, Coach? This is the first week. We got triple-doubles. We got monster double-doubles. We got 75% from 3. This is the thing, Coach. That's what I'm saying. These people saying they more skilled now, especially some of my guys that I coach. Coach, they skilled now, Coach. It's more skill out here. They doing more. They doing, it wasn't like that back then. They in the gym more. They got more. Okay. I'm now. I'm old school, so I just gotta roll with it.
But you know what? With Q though, Coach, like people rave about his athleticism, but I know the conversations that we have, and I always talk to y'all and I rave about how well he shoot the basketball. That's what's more impressive for me when it comes to Q. And that's what's going to always keep him up in that conversation is how well he shoots the basketball. But we can always find somebody that can do highlight dunks.
He's the second best shooter in the county. And I'm putting you on the spot, though.
I can stand on, I can stand on
that. We know, our respect to the sniper who the best in the county, right? So we say he's the second best in the county.
Coach, he up there, definitely. Right now,
that's a good conversation, Coach.
Yeah, right now, you know what I'm saying? And he shoots at a high percentage, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, he shot 13 of them, but he made 9 of them, Coach.
Made 9
of them, Coach. I don't care who you play against. That's a game. You in a game. You got uniforms on.
So that's 27 points just from threes.
27 from 3, Coach.
But like I said, the kid from Haines City having a triple-double is impressive also.
Yeah. With steals, Coach. With steals.
Yes, with
not
steals.
Points, rebounds, and points, rebounds, and assists. Points, rebounds, and steals. That's crazy, both of them. Yeah, you got a tough one on your hand, Coach. That's why I gave it to you.
Oh man.
You want me to let you want to go talk about the games week?
Let's talk about the games. Let's come back to that one.
And when we pick it now, Coach Miller, what we're gonna do is the coaches for the kids. We'll give you coaches the information, Coach Miller information, and then y'all can reach out to him directly and he will set it up. But once again, shout out to in the lane for sponsoring the Polk Player of the Week this season. Great partnership. Appreciate them all that they do. We posted today where they got 3 kids, coach. 3 kids that came through that program that's up in Minnesota playing college ball at the next level. Right? That's like dope. You play high school ball in Florida, you go away to Minnesota, and you get to play with 3 guys from the same county.
Yeah.
On the team. That's pretty dope.
Definitely dope.
Okay, we're gonna go to the games for this week, coach. This week, it's Thanksgiving break, so a lot of people are playing these Thanksgiving tournaments. So the opponents will be a little different. Everybody's not playing. Once again, coach, I know your philosophy on that. I see how you're looking right now. But everybody's not playing this week.
Coach, everybody not playing football, so
and everybody not playing football.
All the people have an excuse not to be playing the ones that are not playing football.
So
if you playing football, I totally understand not playing.
Gotcha. So some of these games, is there assists on this area? I don't know about that one, Coach Blick. I think that'll be more Coach Miller would know. Is it assistant up there? I know they got a good, great relationship with that program and with their program, with making sure they go up there a lot when they travel with during the summer, and they're able to get their kids in front of the coaches, like so they can put their eyes on them. So that's a great situation. We just that's pretty amazing, for lack of a better word, to have 3 guys up there from the same county and they all playing and contributing to the team. So anyway, we got on Tuesday. We're not gonna talk about every game here, but we will post them on the page, obviously, like we always do. But on Tuesday, Port Charlotte versus or at Discovery. Not sure what Port Charlotte got, but I don't think they Bridgewater. They're not deaf in the blind, right?
No, they're not deaf in the blind.
Are they blind and deaf?
That's a solid opponent.
No disrespect to. Let me change that. We need to say something different because we're gonna be getting calls about. We'll say to I don't know, the Bible Academy. I don't know. I'm trying to say something so we can stay out of off the hot seat, off the bad list. But Port Charlotte Discovery, that seems like that'll be a step up in competition for Discovery. What you
that game at home?
And say at Discovery, yeah. So
I take Discovery at home. That's a good quality opponent for them.
A good quality opponent. Okay. Basement. Okay, that's what we'll do. Basement Academy. I think we're safe with that, Coach Jones. Appreciate it. So they're not playing the Basement Academy with Port Charlotte. Wednesday, we got two good games. I think this is this Metro Florida? I just got it wrote down, but I got Bartow versus Jones at 3:30. Good Academy. And then I got Santa Fe versus Boone at 8:15. With Coach Blicker, are those Metro Florida games? That's when we go over there and play against the Orlando people and see how we do.
Yeah, I think that is. Is Santa Fe versus who?
Santa Fe versus Boone at 8:15 and Bartow versus Jones at 3:30.
I'm taking the county on both of them. Jones still playing football. So I like Bartow in that one. I like Santa Fe over Boone.
So we good. But should be 2 once again, quality opponents, right?
Yeah.
We going to play in Orlando school.
In Orlando.
So okay, that's the Metro versus Florida. All right. Metro, that's the Metro Florida. Okay, Coach Outbone, Roast Beef Academy, and Jiffy Lube Pick. Yeah, we got to stay out. We got to stay off the radar, man. We be saying stuff that be getting us in trouble. All right. So nobody playing on Thursday. That's Thanksgiving, obviously. So then Friday, we got a couple more of the Metro games. We got Arbondale versus Dr. Phillips. We got Davenport versus East River. And then in the Florida Get Down, Winter Haven is playing Jones in the Florida Get Down. So Jones gonna be taking on 2 of our Polk County teams this week, looks like, in a span of a couple of days, span of 2 days. I see you going to your phone and check on see what folks got, right? All right, I give you a chance to try to check it out a little bit.
So we got Bartow over Jones. We got Santa Fe over Boone. What was the other one again?
This is the first time that Polk County wins our slate against the Metro, we lose overall. We lose every year, so let's win this year. Arbondale, Dr. Phillips. Can Dr. Phillips beat? Can Arbondale knock out Dr. Phillips with all of their 2026 guys? They got a strong 2026 class. Coach Edu, a lot of good guards in that too. So.
Dr. Phillips still playing football, but I don't know if they got a bunch of football players playing for them.
Okay, what about Davenport East River? With the freshman phenom jumping off the porch with 17, 3 and 2 off the rip.
But they're gonna kill me if I don't pick them. They've been on my head, coach.
You can't talk about Hardy, coach. I know that coach. This 2028 class is they the most talented class we got top to bottom? Barton got about 6 of them over there. He playing with right.
Top to bottom, I see this class like the class that just left, the 24 class that just left.
They loaded, coach. You got Knox got highlight filmed already. First game over at Santa Fe. You got Q 9 for 13 for 3, and they just stepped on canvas. Well, they just stepped on canvas
at the next level. Jakai special. He owns his own destiny. We talk every day about certain things. And like I said, that 28 class is special, coach. I see them as the class that just left. That 24 class that was deep. Low, and I got the same expectations out of this class. Okay. I like Davenport over East River. Arbondale.
Not sure. The jury's still out on Arbondale.
That one. That can go either way.
Okay.
I'll probably take Dr. Phillips in the Arbondale game.
All right. So then we move to Saturday, and we kind of spread out a little bit. Arbondale goes up to Jacksonville and plays Bishop Snyder at 1:30.
He has fared.
He do pretty good when he goes to D-ball, right? He do pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arbondale in that one.
So then we got Discovery. I don't know where this is at. I guess this might be that Florida get down. Unless they playing in the Metro, they got Evans at 5:15.
I think that's in the Metro too.
Metro.
Evans made the Final Four last year. They did, didn't they?
I think so. So Discovery get 2 good tests this week. They got Port Charlotte on Tuesday, and then they got Evans on Saturday. So 2 good tests for them. So while you're looking at that, I see you pondering. Victory plays St. John's Country Day on Saturday. Don't have a time for that. Santa Fe plays somebody. Coach Blicker, who you all got on Saturday? All I got on my thing is TBA. So who Santa Fe? I'm sure it's somebody tough. Who y'all got Saturday, sir? So I can write it in. So I can report right. So people won't have a bowler on me. And then I got Winter Haven TBA. Winter Haven in the Florida get down.
Evans played at North Tampa Christian team Tuesday.
Evans play what now?
That North Tampa Christian team on Tuesday. Evans play them. Then they come back.
North Tampa Christian.
Yeah, then they come back and play Discovery.
Okay. See, Vanguard plays Sebring. Yeah, I got it on the schedule, sir. I got Vanguard playing Sebring. Vanguard ain't running from people now. I don't know when they get in their district. They're going to be battle tested. I mean, so Coach Anglin ain't come in there running from folks. You got to give him credit for that. He didn't run from the schedule. Lake Region get going this week. They got 2 games. They didn't play last week.
But you know, I ain't never picking Lake Region ever in life.
That's why I didn't bring him up. That wasn't me, Coach Simmons. That's your guy. I knew he was what he gonna say, so I ain't wanna put you in that. Marta Lakes from Wiregrass. Okay.
Marta Lakes won a state championship last year.
So Santa Fe played Marta Lakes from Wiregrass.
Yeah, I know Evans is tough, Coach. I remember them from last year, and that's who I'm leaning towards over Discovery. Damn, but I think if Discovery can get that, that's one of them staple wins that I've been highly critical about when it comes to Discovery. I think they need that win.
So Evans is the one that returned everybody and added 2, 6, 7 kids, Coach Blicker, or Marta Lakes who y'all play?
I think Evans did.
Okay, well, Discovery. Shout out to Coach Weed. We
Yeah.
just see y'all talking too soon. Coach Weed said just chill. We got people. We gonna play some people.
No, I've seen the schedule, so I knew it was going to get tougher. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
But
playing.
We's what he's fighting against is just getting chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Just them kids haven't played together long.
So, sheesh, Evans. Okay,
Yeah. Coach Blicker saying that I would take Evans,
that's gonna be a good.
especially in Orlando. Again, them people not just gonna let us come over there and beat people up.
So we get some good tests this week for some of um our top teams, the people that's playing this week. All right, so we'll post all of them. So that'll be some good action. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Nobody playing on Thursday, then Friday, Saturday. So, all right, Coach. Well, before we get off, man, we're gonna go back to the honor roll and.
Coach, I think I might have. I went and got me a coin, Coach. I might have to flip a coin, Coach.
Coach is going down to a coin flip between Eddie Hippolyte from Haines City with his triple-double, 20 points, 10 steals, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, we're going to the coin flip.
Q Wilson with his 36 points, 6 rebounds, 9 for 13 from 3-point.
Going to the coin flip. Hold on, Coach. I got you.
I got you, Coach. I got you. Once again, while Coach flipping, guys, and all y'all that did the magazine, just showing you again, appreciate your support. It is in the mail last week, so you should be getting yours either tomorrow or Tuesday. Appreciate all the support, man. This is so amazing. We're so happy to be able to do this for the kids, for the programs. Like a yearbook, we'll let y'all. We're excited to see what y'all think about it and get your feedback on how you think we did. Definitely put a lot into it. We are the first, we're trendsetters. Nobody in the state, nobody in history in the state of Florida. I'm sure, I don't know about national, but I know Florida, nobody's ever done a high school magazine yearbook type deal just for a specific county. So very proud to be the first. But all right, Coach, what you got before we get off? Who gets the first Polk Player of the Week sponsored by Philip Lane goes to
Quentin Wilson, Coach.
Quentin Wilson.
I flipped the coin 3 times and he won it all 3 times. Quentin
So
Wilson.
we made it a little series. So
yeah, Coach, I was,
So Coach Fitzgerald, we'll reach out to you to have you put you in contact with Coach Miller, and he can set up getting the filling the lane to take care of his recognition for Player of the Week, and we'll post it on the page tomorrow as well, just so we can kind of recognize him. And once again, very thankful, very privileged and blessed that Filling the Lane is jumped in and partnered with us to do that, to recognize a well-deserving young man. All of them are well-deserving, so we're going to post all of them, but then we're going to post Q as the Player of the Week for the week of November 18th through the 23rd. So, all right, Coach. So I know, some people say we'll be a little biased, but it's all good. So anything you want to say on behalf of the LBD before we jump off? What y'all got going on that side of the tracks before we jump off? And
Coach, we got a big lineup coming this weekend. Ourselves, we play at Dr. Phillips on Friday. We got Palm Bay. They got a girl on their team. We played them last year. She got every offer in America that you could possibly think of, and one of them being South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So we got them at Dr. Phillips at 6 o'clock on Friday. Then we turn around and play Lake Highland Prep at 4:30 at Dr. Phillips on Saturday. So we're not running from nobody. We're gonna line it up and and showcase what we got here in Polk County. So that's from the LBD world. We're excited about practice this week and getting ready to showcase our talents.
Coach, South Carolina, since you brought them up, They went down today. What happened? Did you watch the game? Did you hear about it?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I'm hoping I can
Yeah, they
go
went out
back
west, and they ain't just lose because they beat them by like 15. They like lost.
and
I
it,
don't
it
know.
and I
UCLA.
think that's good for them early. You know
Thanks,
what I'm saying? You know, it's okay to get a humbling loss early. It helps you, regroup and just let you know that people is out to get you. It's a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? You still got to outwork people. So, I think that's good for them early. What you're not gonna want to do is play them in March. I know that's what's Don is gonna go back and get them prepared. So
Okay. All right. And Miss Cloud, we'll get you the information about how to order the magazine. Um after that, we'll get it to you between you and Coach Hen. We'll make sure Miss Cloud is Scooter's mama. So shout out, major respect to Miss Cloud and Scooter and the
definitely,
job he doing on the football field.
yeah. Good luck to them on
Um,
Friday.
yeah, we've been enjoyed watching him do his thing this year, man. He's been very impressive. Him and his guys, I know they got a lot more work to do before they get in the gym. And we are excited for what we here for it. And although we basketball, we Polk County regardless. So we still cheering for Lakeland High School, Dreadnoughts, and
Definitely.
Lakeland Christian Vikings. Y'all support the young men if you're able to. I'm not sure if they home or away this week, but in any event, Polk Hoops is we stand with all the young men that they continue to press. Hopefully we can bring home 2 state championships. We down to 2 teams on the football side. So good luck, stay healthy, Coach Frazier, Coach Taylor, and all the guys at Lakeland High School. Y'all keep pressing, man, and we cheering for you from on the basketball side. Everybody else though, it's shirts is shoulder pads to the left, helmets to the right. It's officially basketball season, man, and so Lakeland is at home. So yeah, y'all tap in and go out there and support the young men doing a great thing out there, and we very proud of them. So we know we won't see Scoot on the court for a couple more weeks at least. But we know when we get on the court, he makes up for lost time extremely quick. But we'll get you that information so you can see your baby. You can have that for your memories, guys. He's in there. I know how that goes. Proud mama, and we happy for you. Happy to be able to help you to have some memories of that. All right. That's all we got this week, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We do not take it for granted. Appreciate all the support, all the love, man. And till next time, y'all be safe this week on the court, on the field. Oh, Coops, we out. Thank you.